And as the officials blow the whistle, the two teams will start to pick up the pucks. It's Mike Elliott, High Button Sports. We got provincial championship action. U15AA. The Quad County Whitecaps in here against the Metro East Inferno. They had a tight game yesterday with a tie. All the marbles here now, as the Inferno has been a strong team all season. We'll see here now what the Whitecaps can bring to the table. Had a great game already earlier this morning for U11, U13 happening right now over on Pad B. We're up here in East Hants in the Igloo as the weekend here for all the provincial champions being held across Nova Scotia in all parts of the province as we wind down this 2025 season. And we are in for a good one here this afternoon. We get a shot of both teams. And then down the other end, doing their cheer as well. We got a packed house here on both sides like we had earlier. There's signs all over the arena. We'll get a shot of the starting goaltenders. And same as it was earlier, we're going to get a battle of the number ones. So Shyla Tatum between the pipes for the Whitecaps and Audrey Cuthbert between the pipes for the Inferno. The officials congregate here at center ice. They're ready to go. We hope you are as ready as home as well. 15 minutes on the clock. We'll play 2 15s, take a break and come back as they clean the ice for another 15 for the third. As we drop the puck, we get a scramble for it. Squats loose. And the Whitecaps looking for it. Loose for a second. Here's a chance to be the Inferno. Right off the draw, comes in and getting his first puck touch there is Tatum. And make the save, gets it right in the old bread basket. And just 9 seconds tick off the clock. We get our first shot on goal. I was hoping they were going to keep track of the shots on goal. They didn't last game either. And there's another one right off the face-off, and they fire that one up a little high and wide, but it gets to the blue line, not out, as Devaney is able to keep that at the blue line. Now from in behind, looking to set up, going to go up top now on that far side. They like to keep it in deep. Whitecaps pick that off, try to break it out, they put up through center. There's the Inferno trying to put it right back in deep as it lands on Cormier's stick. She breaks it down wide to the corner, gets pinched off as the Whitecap player all over her. They try to clear, goes along the top of the boards, trying to get it out, looking to skate up for it, but can't quite make some room. Now they're going to hit center. Dump it in deep and try to give chase there was Kennedy. Comes to the opposite corner, right down by the Zamboni doors. But the Inferno try to clear, they do, right up through center. Whitecaps will have to get back on side. They reset back to their own zone, and maybe almost picked off there as trying to find it was Cutcliffe. And she was flying around there looking for a loose puck. Now both teams battle down below us. It's almost picked up at center, but everybody's losing the puck. And they bat it around in the center circle. Now it's chipped in deep by Kennedy as she gives chase. As her and Madison go to the boards and hard in the boards, and the referee's arms up as well. We're going to get our first power play here about a minute and a half in, as heading to the box is going to be number 5, Olivia Matheson. I think boarding was the call. I was trying to see the signal from the official. Either way, 2 minutes up on the clock. We get our first power play, and it goes to the Whitecaps. And they control the draw up top now. Burns throws a shot, and there's a nice save with some traffic as the Inferno goaltender getting her first puck touch. Rebound comes to the corner. Fortune looking to come out front with it. It gets forced in behind. Whitecaps from the corner now, gets pinched off the puck. Inferno pick it up. They look for some real estate, and they're going to send that all the way down the length of the ice. Looking to pick it up now is Wadden. Clears the zone, but the Inferno there can't put it back in deep. Now from skate to stick, looking for a backhand pass over, but a little bit too far in front of the Whitecap player. Now there's a chance there on that short side. They score! Look like a redirect in front, as it looks like it's going to be the captain, number 14, Ainsley Frazier, power play marker. As the Whitecaps going to get on the board first. Power play marker. You can hear the crowd and the appreciation there as the Whitecaps get on board first. As they bring it back to center ice to see if I try to hear the official goal announcement from the timekeeper. It's been a little low earlier, so I'm not sure if we've been able to pick it up or not. Either way, puck's put down in deep. Whitecaps looking for more now as they chip one out. Looking to retrieve it back in their own zone is Devaney. He stops, turns back along the wall. Inferno trying to chip it out. Whitecaps put it back in, and they get it again. They put it down deep in the corner. That puck almost bounced right out front as Cuthbert had to be careful with that one. Whitecaps again, down deep, trying to find it, looking out front on the backhand, pass over, trying for a one-time, couldn't quite get on the stick. Inferno on the boards now. The Whitecaps hold the line again. Loose puck comes over, trying to get a stick on it. They bang away at it, still loose at the top of the blue paint, but the Inferno able to clear it out. Whitecaps got to come back in their own zone as Van Zoopman moves up through the middle, trying to catch up with it now over the blue line. Look for a long wrister blocker save. As certainly that shot on goal was Calder. Inferno again trying to clear. Puck doesn't get outside the line. Another one put right on top of the cup from. We're going to get a whistle there. Looked like she was going to play it. But the Whitecaps fans are into this one early. They get a couple more chances in tight. But Audrey Cuthbert able to make the saves. And we'll get a face-off now inside the Inferno zone. Here to the right of the goaltender. Puck comes to the corner. Both teams looking for it now. They whack away along the boards. Lands on the Inferno stick for the moment. Now a chance for the Whitecaps with a shot. They score! That went up over the shoulder, blocker side. If I'm not mistaken, and I think it was number 14 again leading the lineup. I couldn't tell if it was 14 or 12. Either way, the Whitecaps, don't care who scored, just they're up 2-0. Loose puck right at the top of the circle. He fires that one upstairs. We'll bring it back to center as the Whitecap player loses the tire there as the Inferno dumped the puck inside the zone. And the Whitecaps coming out here firing with their early 2-goal lead, and the puck comes outside the zone in front of Inferno trying to put it right back in, looking for it, trying to get free, walk in to the backhand, and scores! Claire Oakes, number 3, walks in with a beauty, throws that backhand, gets the Inferno right back in it. Well, I think we're in for a barn burner here as we're just 4 minutes in. We got 3 goals already, and the Inferno coming right back. It's 2-1. This crowd is in for a good one, and they are into it early. As the puck, they made a nice move, got by the defender, brought it in all alone, went to the backhand, and roofed that one upstairs. So we bring it back to center. Whitecaps put it in deep, puck in that far corner now. The Inferno trying to clear. They reverse it to the opposite side now, looking to break the breakout up the top of the blue line. Cutcliffe trying to get inside the line, gets turned back. Whitecaps give it right back though, as picking that pass off is Forbes. Can't get inside the line. Inferno with a big collision there at center, as both got caught looking down at the puck. Yeah, the Inferno at center. Smith just had a head up there. That was almost another collision as these two teams throwing the body around a little bit. Up through the middle again, Inferno trying to get there first. Looking to chip it ahead is Mills. Down deep, and Whitecaps pick it off. They move it around. They're going to force that puck all the way out. See if it makes it far enough for icing or not. And icing's waved off. It gets right at the goal line, and the Whitecaps almost pick it off with a loose puck almost landing on his stick. Inferno try to clear again, looking to skate out to the far side. Makes a few moves. They're now going to go for a skate up through the middle, trying to find some real estate now on the backhand, short side, trying to come back forehand. Couldn't quite get the shot on goal. Now backhand pass out front in the skates. Both teams looking for it as it goes to the corner. Inferno cycles it back down low. Whitecaps trying to move it. Off the boards. Chipping him from the blue line. Whitecaps clear. Just out of the reach. Would have been a one-on-one back the other way. And now it lands on Greenwood's stick, who puts it up to the center. It gets forced back. Now makes one little move. Gets it back. Little side step at the red line. Trying to chip it up ahead. Does. Still has it. It gets forced to the corner. Had a couple of players out front trying to get that pass through. Whitecaps get back. Now on that far side, can't shovel the puck through. Whitecaps try to clear. They do. But that's got to go the length of the ice, and icing's going to be the call. So end-to-end action here as this game's really opened up. There's still lots of hockey left to be played. Icing faceoff will come in the Whitecap zone. On the draw. Gets taken down deep to the corner. Player gets knocked down. Another player gets knocked down. But the Inferno comes up with a puck. They're going to put that right back in deep. Whitecaps trying to knock it loose. They'll try the other side now as the puck comes in behind the goal. Chipping in from the blue line. Can't quite hold it. It's going to come outside the line. Inferno will have to tag up. They're still offside. The referee's arm came down. A little confusion on that far side. Either way, puck comes out now. Inferno trying to find some room here through the middle as Miller brings the puck inside the blue line. Now the referee arm is up. And we're going to get a boarding call. And this one's going to go against the Whitecaps, and it's going to be number 16, Veronica Kennedy. So golden opportunity here now for the Inferno on the power play to tie this hockey game up. With 2 minutes up on the clock as the Whitecaps going to get the toss from the draw as the official didn't like how they were lined up. Inferno win the draw now at the blue line. There's a quick shot, looking for a redirect, and it gets through. But able to steer that one aside is Tatum. Puck down in the corner. The reverse corners now as the Whitecaps trying to move it out. Turn back again. They'll try the far side. Now going to whack at that one. Is beaten and able to knock it down to the Inferno zone. Inferno will start to break out along the wall now. Loose puck in the feet. Whitecaps force it right back deep. This time Banfield will try to set something up. She's going to skate it behind her own goal. Looks up ice now. Looking for a headman from the pass, but couldn't quite connect, but gets it right back. Going to skate up over the red line, gains the blue line. A minute 10 to go in the power play. Little drop pass. Trying to set something up now is Cutcliffe. Saves made, and on the doorstep, looking for the rebound. Now we're going to get some pushing and shoving. As these two teams, like I said, played yesterday, went to a tie. So I'm sure there's some bad blood between the two squads. Either way, Tandem able to make the save, cover up, make sure there's no rebound. She looked up and had that player poking away, look for a rebound. Inferno with the face-off, back up top. There's a quick one-time shot there. But a nice blocker save. Rebound comes to the corner, kept in by Devaney at the blue line. Now it's picked up. Mills walking in, fires a shot, saves made, rebound. And both teams looking for it down the side of the goal. Out front, both teams whack away at it. It just squirts to the far corner. Inferno have it behind the goal now. Looking out front, that one goes through the skates. Lands on a Whitecap stick. They're going to send that down the length of the ice. Inferno goalie out to play it. Leaves it 30 seconds to go in the power play. They move the puck all the way up through center. That long stretch pass over the blue line now. Looking for some help. Little drop pass. He actually dropped it forward on the backhand. Loose puck. Another backhand here. Trying to spin with it. Likes to go back to the blue line. There's a shot. Looking for a redirect and gets one. But just misses here on the short side. Up top. Rose puts it back in deep. 5 seconds ago. You hear the goaltender tapping his stick on the ice as the puck's in behind the goal. Up top now. They're going to clear that ice. It might be icing as the penalized player just came back onto the ice, and it is. So pretty well with 6 minutes remaining here, first period. Icing will be the call. We'll be back to 5-on-5 now. The Whitecaps able to kill off that power play. On the draw, scramble for it. Both teams still looking for it. Inferno pick it out, back to the blue line. Trying for a little shot towards the goal, doesn't make it through, but the rebound is loose, it's spinning and turning. And there's saves made. That's coming way out to the top of her crease to make that save and make sure there's no rebound. Another face-off inside the zone. We'll switch dots. Inferno with another draw. A little D to D here. Puts it down low, below the face-off dot. There's a shot, trying to go upstairs. There was some room, but it goes up over the net. Now the Whitecaps clear it out through center. Inferno able to rush back. Trying to, almost lost it right at the blue line. They got to reset again. It's Miller inside her own zone. Moves it over. They chip it up through center. Whitecaps pick that up. Get back on side. Look for a long shot. Saves made. I was able to see that one from way out was Cuthbert. Made the save. Made sure there was no rebound. We'll get a face-off now in the Inferno zone. On the draw now. Stays right in the circle. Right on the dot there. Both teams look for it. The Inferno finally find it. Trying to spin away from one. Move up along the boards. Up through the middle. Looking to connect as they come inside the zone. It's got Clip trying to get a shot. Doesn't make it through. Now from deep in the corner. Inferno trying to come out with it. Whitecaps force them deep. There's a weak pass out front. But taking no chances there was Tatum. She sees that puck at the top of the blue paint. Going to smother that one. Another face-off inside the zone with just under 5 minutes remaining here in the first period. It started off with a bang with the Whitecaps scoring 2 quick ones, and the Inferno came back and get one of their own. And the pace has slowed down a little bit, but I'm sure it's going to pick back up and get this crowd, which was rampant to start this game, right back into it. Whitecaps trying to clear. Inferno force them back. That goes off the outside of the goal. Whitecaps goes in behind, picked up by the Inferno, trying to come out front. Can't quite get the puck through. Now the Whitecaps will look to clear. They chip it up through the neutral zone. Both teams still looking for it. They go back and forth, find a bouncing puck. Whitecaps do, puts it in deep. And that puck almost bounced right out front. Standing on the doorstep was Fortune, but they couldn't quite come up with it. Now the Inferno will try to clear. Second attempt does come out. Nice little pass, far side. Looking for some room. Was trying to bring the puck in there was Cormier. Still has it, fires one, and gets it through the wickets just enough. We got a tie hockey game. And it's going to be the captain, Neela Mills, number 12 for the Inferno. So after the Whitecaps come out with a 2-0 lead, the Inferno come right back and tie it up. As we're just over 4 left in the first period. And the scramble draw at center, both teams looking for it, comes down right between the 2 benches below us. Whitecaps put it in deep. The Whitecaps crowd cheering them on as the Inferno looks to clear. Gets outside the line. That's center now. They try to bring it inside into the offensive zone. Whitecaps pick that off. They move it off the boards. 2-on-2 shaping up the other way now. On that far side, makes a move. They stretch the leg. It didn't quite stretch it long enough. That one move at the blue line that coaches love so much. She tried to stretch the leg, but the officials say offside. Offside it is. 3:30 remaining now first period. Bring that draw just in front of the Inferno bench. But the Whitecaps control. They bring it in, looking for to get through. And it just squirt through. Couldn't quite get the shot off. Was Frazier. And there's Cuthbert to make no chances. As she sees the loose puck, she's going to smother it, and we're going to face off now inside the Inferno zone. Whitecaps had the draw, but it goes through the legs, back the other way. They just stay on side. Likes to shoot. Logic going to move the puck up. Either way, big save by Tatum there. That was a partial 2-on-0. But the shooter elected to hold, take the shot. But Tatum gets a piece of it, and play continues back the other way. Whitecaps chip and chase as they put it in deep. Trying to find it down below the goal line. There's a backhand pass over front. That can't quite connect. Loose, picked up by a pinching in defender. Now over front, and trying for a redirect. Was McDaniel in front. Couldn't quite get enough of that one. Now the Inferno will look to clear up through the middle. And there's a collision. Everybody goes down at center as everybody got caught looking for the puck. And now the referee is going to blow the whistle. Thought there might have been an injured player, but everybody is up and okay. But looks like there is going to be a call in the play. As we're looking at the officials, they want to talk to everybody about this one right now. Looks like they're going to call both. No. I think she thought she might have had a penalty, so it was just going to the box. The referee's having a long conversation over there right now. Nothing up on the board as of yet. Just one Whitecaps player in the box. And it's number 3, Lucy Van Zufferen. As the lines official there as well. We'll watch the officials come down below us. It's going to be 5-on-5. As they're going to go have an explanation here with the Whitecaps bench. Again, nothing up on the board. I just saw referee saying they're mostly talking about the collision there that happened at center. The Inferno waiting for an explanation as well, but I did see the officials put up the 5-on-5 signal to both benches. And the draw is going to come back here. The officials lined up at the offside dot. No real arguments from either. So now it's going to be also number 18 heading to the box here as well for the Inferno. Looks like they got it all straightened away. So Madeline Goodwood is in the box as well. But we stay 5-on-5. They got 2 each coincidentals, I believe, for roughing. But the play continues now as we approach 2 minutes remaining in the period. There's a chance there. That puck kind of changed direction a little bit. And Cuthbert had to be careful with that one on that short side, was able to cover up. 2:16 remaining now here in the first period, all tied at 2. And that draw, puck comes to the corner. Pass over front, just getting a stick on that enough. It's loose around, they bang around, and Cuthbert down, still looking for it. But she had a quick little look over the shoulder, it's underneath her. Whistle goes, we'll have another face-off inside the zone. We'll switch dots. So Whitecaps coming that close to regain their lead. They started off 2-0. Inferno coming back and tying it up. But that puck comes in behind. Whitecaps looking to get there first. And there's a pass out front. Gets a stick on it and whip it. I just moved out of the way at the last second. As trying to fire that one home was Wadden. That puck came out front. Now the Inferno looking to pick it off and skate out from the corner. That's going to be kept in at the blue line. There's a shot, doesn't make it through. Forced to the corner, the Inferno. Trying to get around the forecheck as the Whitecaps right on top of them here now. Inferno having a hard time getting this puck out. They battle along the boards. Kept in again at the blue line. There's a long wrister. Bouncing puck traffic in front. It's loose. And just clearing it off the doorstep is the Inferno. As the Whitecaps would have had an empty cage. And quickly back the other way. Here's Cormier for the Inferno. Gets taken to the corner. Now forced to the opposite corner as she gives chase. Cormier puts the brakes on. Trying to put it down deep in the corner. And she keeps looking for this puck. Has a magnet on it right now. She has it walking out front from the corner, trying to fire one that far side. But got nothing but boards. As we're under a minute to go now, first period. Whitecaps going to clear that one out, but I'm going to go the length of the ice. We'll have a look. Everybody has a look. And then slow. Whoa, for a second, everybody kind of paused. It looked like Cuthbert was going to let that go, but she was the only one in the net. So play continues. Whitecaps pick that off. They're inside the line, a little drop pass. Trying to get to a shooting position, throw the backhand towards that far side. Puck comes in behind. As the Whitecaps would love to get their one goal lead back before the end of this period. Inferno just looking to get it out. They do. Now Miller at center. Headmans the puck up. Goes inside the line, looking for it. Couldn't quite connect there now with the player. Whitecaps clear to the zone, only 10 seconds remaining. Up through the middle, that was picked off. Whitecaps trying to get through, maybe trying to get a shot off before the horn, but the Inferno got to skate that behind their own goal, put the brakes on, and that'll do it here after one. We're all tied at 2. We'll take a short break here, about 1 to 2 minutes. We'll be right back for the second period. See you right in a few. And just like that, second period, get ready to get on their way. The teams will switch ends. We'll bring it here to center ice. Official taking a little time to get them set up. So one period couldn't solve anything. Whitecaps came out strong, 2-0. Inferno comes right back and ties it up. We'll see what the second period brings at the Whitecaps put inside the zone. Inferno trying to clear, they do. Headman the puck up. Little one-on-one shaping up here as they're inside the zone. But spinning away, good job by the defender there, giving no room. Now loose puck picked up by the Whitecaps. Looking to break it wide in that far side. But can't get by the defender as good job both ways now with both teams' defense not letting anybody through. Whitecaps making a change. Inferno with a chance to move the puck up ice. Greenwood. Bound a backhand one up. Gets him help. They chip that one in deep. Now deep in the corner. Whitecaps trying to move it. And the referee's arms up. We're trying to see the signal, trying to see who they're pointing at. And it's going to go against the Inferno. No, it's got to be both of them. They're both going here now. And I believe it's from the signals. It's got to say 5-on-5, roughing for both of them. That's a couple roughing calls here now that they're keeping it coincidental. The Inferno with a pass out front with a chance there. I believe the penalized players in the box is number 3 for the Whitecaps, Lucy Van Zupen. I believe, I'm trying to look over there, was on number 3, number 5 for the Inferno. Either way, stays 5-on-5. Whitecaps trying to move the puck. Inferno keep it pinned deep, driving the backhand out front. Can't quite do it. Now trying to pin it. Inferno trying to free it. In the skates there, still pokes away at it. Referee down low, Yount in the move. It does squirt loose. Inferno have it. Going to put it right back deep, but it lost the stick. And as it comes loose on the side of the goal, Tandem going to take no chances. Going to smother that puck at the side of her crease. We're going to face off here inside the zone. On the draw now. Inferno trying to put it down deep. Whitecaps trying to Go loose and does take a bounce there, coming down the line. I'm going to race for it, but getting there first was going to be Matheson. They're offside as the Inferno, so time here for the Whitecaps to bring it up ice. A nice little pass over, just a little bit too far. See if it makes it far enough for ice. He's not going to. So the Inferno pick it up in their own zone, off the boards, looking to break out. Whitecaps quickly on it. Gets to the line, but not out. Fisher on that far side. Quickly waves that one off. Whitecaps come up with it behind the goal, looking to come out front. Couldn't quite get the pass through, but battles and gets it back. Trying to spin off. Wadden looks out front, trying to get the shot off, still looks for it. And here's a loose puck, it can't pull the trigger as the Inferno player just gets a stick on it. And they do clear the zone. Now at center. Whitecaps trying to put it back in. Inferno looking to knock it right back out. Whitecaps will try again. Down below us. They chip it up ahead. Looking to catch up with it. They put in deep from that bounce, off that backboards. They're trying to get that to bounce right out front, but the Inferno picked that off. In behind. Going for a little skate now, up ice. Here comes Daphne. Looking to break wide, still has it. Looking to break right back up far side, trying to shovel one in. Saves made, tandem's down, still looking for it. Can't find it because it's in the back of the net. Kind of a scramble play. And the Whitecaps goalie gets going one way. Puck comes back the other way. And you love seeing the smiles on the face there. And I believe it's going to be Miller. Kenley Miller, number 8 for the Inferno, giving them their first lead of this hockey game as we're just over 3 minutes here in the second period. 3:06 gone. As I see, they might be talking about who actually scored the goal. I'm not having a conversation down here as we get a shot there. That plate was an amazing supper. They have great food up here in East Hanson. That platter looks amazing. And they're still having a long chat here. I'm not sure what the Inferno would be questioning since they scored the goal. As the penalized players are now out of the box as well. Whitecaps looking for an explanation as well. Trying to do my best reading lips interpretation here. So as you mentioned earlier, Whitecaps started this thing off with 2. Inferno tying it up in that first period, now having their first lead here in the second. They come back the other way again. We're just going back and forth between the benches with the officials. As we hear that the U13 game that was going over in the other rink is now completed. So this is the final game because they had U18 already earlier this afternoon, but this will be the final game. And pretty well, this is, I believe, the final game for High Button Sports as well for the 2024-2025 season. And it's been a privilege to call any games I've had. And this one has been great. If this is the last one for the winter season, we'll call, because of course we know spring hockey and everything else in between. High Button will be involved. Looks like everything's okay now. The best part of this whole thing was the Inferno scored, so 3-2 is the score up on the board. 11:56 remaining in the second. It was a lengthy delay. I'm not exactly sure what happened, but they finally dropped the puck. The Whitecaps chipped off. They put it inside the line. They're going to give a little chase here as they go down to the corner. Inferno pick it up behind the goal. They go flipping high off the boards. Good job there by the Whitecaps to glove that down, then touch it. Now it comes outside the line. Inferno going to dump that all the way down, but they're on the wrong side of the red. And that's going to be an icing call. They had switched goalies for a moment there as well, as Cuthbert had an equipment issue for a second. Got that taken care of. As Kaylee Matinal came in for relief there for that one sequence of play. But now Cuthbert's back in between her pipes, and then icing face-off. And trying to hold the line, but it is going to come outside. Whitecaps to get everybody back on side. They put it back inside the line. Inferno trying to knock it right back out. And they have it at center. But again, I think we're going to have a repeat of what just happened, as the Inferno going to get caught up with another icing. But at this level, they can change on the icings. So we'll bring that back down. Another face-off, same one we just did. A couple more seconds ticked off the clock. So we'll line up on the draw. They get everybody all set up. Now they drop it. Whitecaps control, going up front, and maybe picked off. Maybe a chance with some speed here. Trying to get loose is Cormier. Cormier walking in, trying to bring the puck with her, and there's a beauty save. As the whistle goes, everybody looked for a moment. She couldn't quite bring the puck and do exactly what she wanted to, but a great job by the Whitecaps goalie, Tannum. Able to stay with her, come way out, cut down the angle, and then she kind of got spun around as well at the top of her blue paint. It was underneath her, and able to keep that puck out. Now they drop the puck. Both teams look for it. Whitecaps have it. They get as far as the blue line, not out. Is able to hold it. But the Inferno, they're going to fire that one. Was Cormier, but misses the intended target. Now it's down deep, in behind the goal. Smith looking out front. That's picked up by the Whitecaps. They're going to send it down. And I believe this one, see if it goes fast enough. And with the curling rink in the other rink, we had to do a little bit of sweep in there to get that one to the length of the ice, but icing is the call. So it'll be the Whitecaps' turn with an icing. Bring it down deep into their zone. They drop the puck, comes to the boards. And there's a pass out front, and what a save! As a young fan walked right in front of us there. Nice pass out front, and a good little one-time, but a better save. Probably your best save of the evening. Played that one perfect was Tannum. And we'll get another face-off inside the zone. I mentioned earlier, great crowd here taking us to great hockey. And there's another save by Tannum. That shot right off the draw on the rebound. Couldn't quite get picked up. Now a pass out front, picked up by the Whitecaps. They're going to flick one up high out to the neutral zone. Inferno going to regroup back in their own zone. Gets poked to the puck, though. Whitecaps on it. Down the corner. In behind the net, puts the brakes on, looking out for the wraparound, and there it is out front. Look for it, still trying to find it. Bodies down, players down, and somehow with that melee in the blue paint, Audrey Cuthbert able to find that loose puck, cover up, make the save, and we'll get a whistle. Whitecaps coming that close to tying it up. Well, they say usually a big save down one end, what always comes down the other end, but Whitecaps coming close, but Cuthbert doing her part, preserving the one-goal game here so far. Pass back to the blue line, going to be picked up by the Inferno. They're up the other way, trying to get over the line. Gets poked for the moment, but retrieves the puck. Put the puck down deep. That lands on a Whitecap stick. They're going to chip it out. Now back at the red line. Inferno dump it right back in. Whitecaps trying to clear it out. Inferno pick it off. They give it right back to the Whitecaps, so try to clear it up. They kind of go back and forth through the neutral zone. O'Donnell puts it up. There's the Whitecaps, put it right back deep again. O'Donnell goes for a little skate now, far side. Now moves the puck up through the middle. Touched over. As Forbes puts it in, now gets a little chase there. Puck comes to the corner. 2-on-2 shaping up there. Inferno trying to walk out with it, but Cuthcliffe couldn't quite get loose. Now comes back to the blue line. There's a little shot there from Banfield. Redirect in front. That hits a body. And then the loose puck gloved down. Another shot on that far side. Tannum had to make the save. Now there's a backhand, and what a save. Kicking out the right leg somehow was Tannum to keep that puck out if she was sprawled on her belly. And the Whitecaps able to clear it out to the neutral zone. Got to be careful over the offside as they're making a change. And with the forwards on the inside, the door is on the blue line. They get caught. An offside will be the call. 8:32 to go. Second period, 1-goal hockey game. Could have been a few more on there if it wasn't for tandem between the pipes for the Whitecaps. And they got the puck here now. They're going to chip it ahead as they hit the red line. Give chase as both teams come to the corner. Try and knock it loose. Player gets knocked down. Whitecaps come up with the puck. Backhand pass out front. That lands on an Inferno stick. They're going to spin and turn. Head up the other way with the puck as they're over the blue line now is Cormier here on the short side. Trying to pull it back. Goes to the forehand. Puck's loose. And it's waved off as the whistle went as the referee loses sight of it. I'm not sure if Tandem had it covered or not. Obviously, as it's in the back of the net, she did not. But the official loses sight. Whistle goes before the puck crosses the line. So no goal. Face-off, I'll say, inside the zone. No argument from the bench. Quick conversation with the coach, but no. You could hear the whistle pretty cleanly from up here before it went in. But that puck, that's blocked. Maybe a chance here for a partial break. Trying to get free is Kennedy. It gets the shot off, but misses wide. A good back check by the Inferno player to catch up as Kennedy was almost in alone. Puck is kept in at the blue line. Down from the corner. Kennedy gives chase again. Inferno look to pick it up from that corner. Now it's forced deep by Kenny. Kenny behind the net looking out front. And the puck was loose for a moment. It gets far as the blue line, not out. Was trying to hold the line there was McDaniel. The Inferno poked that loose. They look up ice here now. Can't quite make the pass, but they hit the red line. Lose the handle. Battle for it. Whitecaps backhand just inside the zone. And almost picked up. Maybe a chance here. Far side. Diving for it, but couldn't quite get the shot off. Now pass out front. Again, misses on the far side. Whitecaps coming close here. Inferno trying to clear it out. Get it as far as center. Whitecaps will knock it right back in. They got to get on side. Chance here for the Inferno on that far side. Now they hit the red line. Looking to move it up. Puck gets deflected. Whitecaps trying to clear. At the blue line they do. Slapping away at a bouncing puck here. Player gets knocked down. You see the whole bench below us here for the Whitecaps looking for a call. Don't get it. And they put it in deep. Give chase. Getting back there first is going to be Rose for the Inferno. Goes the opposite way with it. Giving chase is Oakes. Oakes along the boards. Moves it up. Now up to Forbes. Up through center. 1-on-2. Forbes trying to find some room. Gets forced to the boards. Keeps the puck. And loses the handle now. As Cutcliffe come in trying to help. Cutcliffe in the corner. Spins and turns. Backhand pass out front. Here's a chance there. And Tandem with the save. Rebound. Still loose. Tandem again. And now again the far side. 3 chances in tight. And the Inferno still looking for another one. Whitecaps. Burns. Gets taken down. Inferno takes the puck. Puts a break on. Trying to get a backhand pass out front. Picks it right back up again as Cutcliffe. Still with it. Goes up top to Rose. Rose to Cutcliffe. Far side. Just underneath the faceoff dot. Trying for a backdoor pass. But the Whitecaps just get a stick on it. Now they're going to look to clear. They're going to try to even ice that puck. They throw it up through center. As the Inferno with all kinds of pressure here now inside the zone. Now it's picked off by the Whitecaps. They put it in deep. They're looking for a change. Inferno look to clear along the boards. Cormier chips it up. They get outside the blue line at center. On that far side, they gain entry to the zone. Whitecaps take them to the corner. Whitecaps find a loose puck. Now they start to break out to go along the boards, but pinching in from the blue line is Banfield. The Whitecaps do clear. Down below us now, Smith gets back, knocks that puck loose. Now Banfield trying to pick the pocket, does, trying to get the shot off, but got all tied up. And there's a shot from the Whitecaps there. Banfield got back, and now a race back the other way. Got to get there first is Cormier. Cormier to the corner, nice defensive play. Now the referee arm's going to be up as Cormier gets all tied up there on the forecheck. And we're going to get a holding call. It's going to go against the Whitecaps. With a slow skate to the penalty box It's going to be number 6. Michelle Snyder Bowie heading to the box. 2 minutes up on the clock. So the Inferno with a chance here on the power play. 4:32 to go, second period. Like to double up their lead. Another conversation. Seems to be a common theme here in the second period with the officials at the benches. And they're making a late change there. Not sure if it, either way, they drop the puck. And a couple confusing plays here with the officials. Either way, Inferno keep it in. Pass it down low. Cormier trying to walk in. Little backhand pass out front. Whitecaps pick that off. A nice job by Matheson to hold the blue line. Now Windorf for the old snapper. And that missed the intended target. And that's going to come all the way out. There's a snapshot there from Devaney. That missed the target. Now the puck comes all the way out. And Inferno will start from their own zone. Out through the middle now. Looking for Marshall. Gets spinned in. Puts it inside the zone. But the Whitecaps find that. They're going to knock it right back out to center. Matheson going to go cross ice now. They put it in deep. Another chance here. Short side, ripping a shot. Got a better save as Tandem follows the play perfectly. As cut over there was Marshall trying to get the goaltender moving. But Tandem able to stay with it, make the save, cover up, no rebound. 1:10 to go in the power play. Inferno control the draw, up top. Looking for zero, winded one up there. But a save made a game from Tandem. The old knuckle puck from the blue line as Rose had that one all cranked up. Didn't get as much as she wanted on the shot either way. Tandem got it high in the shoulder. Rebound loose for the moment, but he's able to smother it. We'll switch dots down. 1:03 to go in the power play. Inferno with another draw. They put one down deep. Give chase, trying to force one out front. Whitecaps pick that off. They get to the blue line, but not out. Greenwood keeps in, throws a shot that gets through. Tandem's able to make the save. Nice little stick lift there from the Whitecaps, and they send that all the way down the length of the ice. Cuthbert has to play it and leaves it. Now he gets up to Oakes. Oakes chips it up ahead, but the Whitecaps going to get there first. They're going to try to put that right back deep. Greenwood going to go back behind her own goal to pick it up. They start to break it out. Headman the pass. Up to the neutral zone now. They put it in deep. That's going to come right on Tandem. And you see Tandem way outside the top of her crease. Takes no chances. Smothers that puck as it comes right in on top for 18 seconds to go now in the power play. 2:50 remaining in the second period. This one goal hockey game. We look to crown another provincial champion here late this afternoon up in East Hands. Inferno dig the puck loose. Whitecaps pick it up. That's kept in at the blue line. O'Donnell moves over. Another shot. They're trying to wind one up. A couple times the defensemen have been looking to let one loose from the blue line. Didn't get much on that one there as the penalized players back on the ice. We're back to 5-on-5. O'Donnell with a look up and moves now. Puts the brakes on, trying to go back the other way. Pass out front. Oakes winds one up, fires one. Oh, rifles that one way high. Nice little pass there from behind the goal. Had everybody faked out. A little too much time there maybe for Oakes with that long wrister. Either way, play continues. Inferno hold the boards back to the blue line. There's a long wrister. Doesn't quite make it through as the Whitecaps force that to the corner. At the 2-minute warning here now in the second period. Whitecaps pick it up, force it to the far side. Trying to clear now is Fortune. We'll have to try again as the Inferno hold the line. They do get out, they'll get a race for it. O'Donnell trying to get there first. It does get a stick on it. Now the Inferno going to put it right back deep. They're looking for a change. Some time here for Van Zupen to move the puck up. Pass up to the middle, picked off by the Inferno. Beaton gets it back again, though, puts it inside the zone. Inferno will try up through the middle. Couldn't quite connect with that pass. Now it lands on Smith's stick, who puts it in deep. You can see Tandem watching that puck off those backboards. Pops loose, Whitecaps with some time. They try to clear one out, they do. See if it makes it far enough for icing or not. flying down the line, though, and getting there first. It didn't make it over the goal line either way, but getting there was Burns. With chance out front, bouncing puck, still bouncing around, and the referee has his arm up as well. They're trying to find a loose puck here in front at the Inferno goaltending, and we're going to get a tripping call with just under a minute to go here in the second period. Whitecaps going to get a power play with an opportunity to tie this hockey game up. As you see the tripping signal from the official, still waiting for see which players head into the box for the Inferno. Either way, it's going to be a power play, and it's going to be number 14, Paige Devaney, heading to the box, 2 minutes up on the clock. As we have another conversation over at the Whitecaps bench. Either way, 2 minutes up on the clock. There's the referee going back over again. I'm not sure if there's going to be another signal or not. Or if there's going to be more. It was only a tripping with the only call, the only signal made. Unless we're talking about adding more time to the clock. If the clock ran down a little bit. It's the on-ice official. Rick Sampson, been around for many, many years. There's a lot of games out in Sackville. We recognize him. Seemed like too much of an argument from either benches. To come back to the Whitecaps bench one more time. So pointing down into the Whitecaps zone. Both the official and the coach looking at something. Not sure if they're talking about a play that just happened or not. Get another little stoppage of play as we're just over 55 seconds left. Looks like they're finally ready to drop the puck now. So Ice Caps with the power play. 55.2 up on the clock. But the Inferno get the draw, and they're going to send it all the way down the length of the ice. Hustling back quickly. The Whitecaps going to whiff on that pass, though. And down there on the forecheck, short-handed. Trying to one-hand, one out front was Mills. Couldn't quite bring the puck. Now the Whitecaps will try to clear. Cormier looks to hold the line. Does go inside. Looked like that might have been offside. Either way, play continues. The Whitecaps getting pinned in deep as the Inferno doing a great job short-handed. 30 seconds to go in the period. Now the Whitecaps get out through center, but there's the Inferno again. That one is going to come outside the line. Inferno made sure they slapped it to center. Whitecaps put it back in. Inferno looked to clear again. They do. 10 seconds remaining. Inferno move on up. Short-handed chance here for Cormier. And she fires one, and a nice save there. Didn't know where the rebound was. And then right at the horn, we get some pushing and shoving, but Tandem had to make two big saves. First one with a shot, and the second one with the rebound. Right at the horn goes. Then a little extracurricular after the whistle. Looks like as the officials are going to have a conversation. I don't think they're going to add any more time to the clock. Looks like both teams are going to head to the benches, and we're going to get a short break here now. So that's going to do it for us here after 2 periods of play. Inferno lead 3-2. We're going to watch this Amboni go around for about 10, 12 minutes. Those first 2 periods tell you anything. The final period for this U15AA provincial championship game is going to be a good one. See you everybody in a few. And as you see, both teams heading back to the ice here for the third period. 15 minutes up on the clock. We're looking to name a champion here for the U15AA. Whitecaps will start the power play for 1:05 as the Inferno finish off their penalty towards the end of that third period. Inferno leads 1-0. Remember, the Whitecaps started this thing off with 2 goals. And Inferno came back, tied up. We were 2-2 after 1. Inferno getting the only goal there in the second period. Well, now this is it. Third period. Might see some extra hockey. You never know. There was in the U18 game. As the officials, which they've done a lot in this game, having conversation at center this time just to get the third period started. The crowd is into it. It's been loud in here in the old igloo up in East Hants. And to hear the players down below, they're banging their sticks on the ice. No, they're ready. We hope you are as they drop the puck. Third period action on the way. But we're going to have to wait another moment as a few seconds tick off. And we lose the puck as it's deflected up into the penalty box. And we'll redo that face-off it over on the offside dot. This draw in the feet, pokes loose. Whitecap pick it up at center. They kind of put it in, but it lands right on the Inferno stick. They're going to make no mistake. They send it all the way down the length of the ice. Give chase. You can see the Whitecaps goalie not taking any chances to get that paddle down beside their goal. Now the Whitecaps, long little stretch, cross ice pass, but it goes off the stick, and the Inferno step up, send it right back down. So the Whitecaps have to start again as Burns rifles one around the boards. The Inferno step up. The Whitecaps trying again, having a hard time getting outside their line here. As the Inferno on the forecheck, shorthanded, still 20 seconds to go in the power play. Now the Whitecaps with some time and space, kind of skate up ice, trying to get by the defender. They run into each other. The referee's arms up. And I believe that's going to go against the Inferno as he stayed with the player coming in. Oh, it's going to be head contact. Wow. So number 9, Rachel Rose heading to the box. Still 10 seconds left in the original penalty. Got to wait for a second because they put the 2 minutes up over top of the 10 seconds that was already there. See if the young timekeeper can correct that or not. We're almost at a minute gone here in the third period. When I last looked up, there was still 10 seconds left in the original penalty. Now they got 2 minutes up for the head contact against Rose. They try to get things straightened away. Over the kind of getting a little quiet in here. They're gonna. I don't think she can fix it, so they're probably just gonna. Or no, they're gonna let her out in the ice. Say the penalty was over. That doesn't quite make any sense. You can hear the crowd beside me, to my left. They're arguing. I definitely saw it as well. It was 10 seconds before the 2 minutes went out. Gonna be some rowdy fans up here, unless they pull the player off and hold them for 10 seconds, but doesn't look like that's happening either way. So fresh 2 minutes up on the clock. So the Whitecaps will stay on the power play at the blue line, trying to hold it. Loses the handle, and the Inferno gonna take advantage and send that all the way down the length of the ice. Took one of those bounces again. That tandem had to be careful with. Whitecaps get forced back in the corner. Trying to come out here short-handed. Fire one, and just miss as he rifled that one high on that far side. That was Smith with that shot. Now the Whitecaps trying to bring it up. They hit center. They dump it in deep. They give chase. Inferno going to get there first. Take it right behind their own goal. Look for some open ice. And going to maybe get a bounce. They do. Trying to see behind us or down below us. They do clear the zone. Now the Inferno. Again, short-handed. Minute 10 to go in the power play. over the line, long wrister, and it goes off the glove of Tandem. You could hear the fans here. It wasn't much of a shot, but goes off the tip of the glove. Another shot from the blue line gets deflected to the corner. Whitecaps will reverse it to the opposite side now. They give chase. Whitecaps trying to get there first. Inferno force them back deep again. Inferno doing a great job here on the penalty kill. Now they move the puck up. Pass almost intercepted. Gonna get it back over the blue line was Kennedy. Gets taken to the board. Now a loose puck. Chance here. Firing one. And we wait for the whistle as there was a loose puck for the moment. But ripping one there on goal was Frazier. But up to the task was Cuthbert. Made a big save right on the doorstep there. As the Whitecaps player found herself all by herself right at the hash marks in the slot area, but couldn't beat the goaltender. And the Inferno going to fire one out in that far side. And we're going to get a race for it back the other way. Trying to get there first is Burns. As in there on the forecheck is Cormier. Burns able to come up with it. Looking for some open ice now. Going to pack the pass up through the middle. Looking to connect now with Beaton. Beaton couldn't quite get in there. Looking for that. Now another one out front. Inferno picked that off. Chipping him from the blue line. Was Craig putting that in deep. A big battle there. The player gets forced down. The penalty's over. Inferno looks to clear it right fresh out of the box. Trying to touch one up. Third time's the charm. As he got a partial 2-on-1 inside the zone. Trying to get the pass over. Didn't quite get enough stick on it to get inside the zone. Now the Whitecaps looking to bring it back the other way. Down below us with some real estate. Trying to chip it inside. That hits the defender. Now they're trying to catch the Whitecaps on a change as they bring it up through the neutral zone. Makes a move, stays on side. Tries for a shot towards the goal. It's deflected, comes in behind it. The Tandem fell down. Luckily the puck was cleared to the wall and now cleared out to the center. And another race for it as flying inside the zone. But getting there first was going to be Daphne. But the Whitecaps trying to hold the blue line now. They put it down in deep. Gives chase. It's Keskla looking for it. Inferno trying to dig it loose. Referee right there yelling at them to move it. It does come out. Whitecaps pick it up. Pass this up one time, but couldn't quite connect. But the puck stays inside the zone. Down in the corner. Inferno trying to do everything they can to get this puck out. And it does squirt loose. Picked up now. Looking to go for a skate is Devaney. And rips that shot for a nice little right pad save there. And the puck tries to get cleared. Second opportunity for the Whitecaps. They do chip it off the boards. But Inferno again put it right back. This time the Whitecaps hit center and able to dump it in deep. Rose going to give chase behind her own goal. And had to be careful there as they took a funny bounce off the backboard. And almost came right out front. But Cuthbert can take no chances, smother that up as we approach 10 minutes remaining here in the third period, this one-goal hockey game. They try to get everybody assigned here, a little bit of a late change from the Inferno. They let that go. Now they get ready to drop the puck. Whitecaps control at the blue line. Got to put it back down deep. Both teams give chase to the far corner. Inferno trying to knock it loose, get some help. The teammate comes in, hits the referee with that one, then gets it back and finishes the rim around. And it comes all the way out, back the other way. As trying to get down there first is Marshall. She does. She goes back here to the blue line as Mills fresh off the bench. Gets it back down low. Goes back up top. O'Donnell puts it back down deep. Both teams give chase behind the goal. Picked up, looking to come out front with it. Goes cross ice up top. O'Donnell is able to stop from the backhand. Has a look. Hands here to the circle. Some good passing here from the Inferno, but maybe one pass too many. There's nobody home up top. That's going to come all the way back to their own zone. And they rim it around. Whitecaps pick that off. Fires one. That goes off the outside of the net. You hear the fans thought that might have went in, but it hits the netting just on the wrong side. And the Inferno quickly back the other way. Moves the pass over. Trying to chip one up ahead of Smith. Smith, he gets pinched off along the boards, and the referee arm is up. And I'm going to have some unhappy fans to my left. Interference is going to be the call, and it's going to go against the Whitecaps. But heading to the box is going to be number 18, Carly McDaniel. So the Inferno heading to the power play here with 9:13 to go in the third period, looking to double their lead. On the draw, Whitecaps look to clear, get to the blue line, not out. Devaney able to keep it in, look for a shot, traffic in front, rebound. And he was unable to pull the trigger as that save came over to the side of the goal. Now Cormier tried to dangle her way through, loses the handle, and the Whitecaps able to clear it out to center. They give chase, Devaney's able to get that there first, hands it to her deep partner. Looks to set up, moves it to Cormier. Cormier goes for a skate inside the line, gets forced to the corner. Look for a backhand pass over front, can't bring it with her. Didn't land on her teammate's stick, but then it comes down to the Whitecaps, and they've got to send it all the way down in a race for it. Plus Cuthbert way out to play it. But the Whitecap player there on the forecheck gets there first. Now it's forced back again. 1:10 to go in the power play. Inferno able to finally pick it up. Backhand went up through for Smith. Couldn't quite catch up to it. Now a chance here for the Whitecaps. They lose the handle. Smith picks it back up. Smith on the short side fires one. And Tandem coming out to cut down the angle. Able to make the save. No rebound. 56 seconds to go now in the power play. 8:09 remaining in the third period. As time slowly ticking down for the Inferno, we're going to get a stoppage of play here. They're going to redo that draw. Going a little too fast for the Whitecaps, not fast enough is the clock for the Inferno as they try to hold on to this 1-goal lead. They get them lined up, they blow the whistle, get ready to drop the puck again. Inferno looking for it now right at that high slot area. Couldn't quite get a shot off. Trying to set up there, Oakes. Little backhand pass, now they got to shoot. And the same result, another save on the opposite side as Tandem gets that right in the old bread basket, covers up. We'll switch dots now. Drop the puck over there, 46 seconds to go in the power play. On the draw, Whitecaps get as far as the blue line, not out as it's picked up here by Oakes. Oakes looking for some room. Short side, trying to bring it back, go front, but it gets taken in behind. Still with it, circling around, looking for some real estate. Fires a shot, rebounds down, and they score! Power play marker for the Inferno as Oakes came out, ripped the shot, rebounds loose on the side of the goalie, and I believe that's got to be Daphne. That's the one that put that one home. Lila Daphne's who I have on my scorecard, number 21. With 30 seconds to go in the power play, the Inferno double up their lead. 7:43 to go. Third period. And the Whitecaps started off with a 2-0 lead, and the Inferno coming back with 4 straight. Whitecaps not giving up though at center. They put the puck back in deep. I don't know if they've got to say how important the next goal is going to be in this hockey game. Inferno cleared up ahead, kept it at the blue line, shot towards the goal. Cuthbert with that save, rebound, forced to the wall. Inferno trying to find some room to move it. Going to go for a little skate now. Here's Devaney on that far side. Makes one move, keeps it, shoots. And there's Tandem again with another save. And she loves to come way out to cut down that angle. As number 14 was flying there on that far side. But hold there for Shyla Tatum. Makes another huge save, giving her team an opportunity here in the third period. Face off along the boards. Inferno hold the line. Second opportunity, Whitecaps able to clear it out. The Inferno get to it first. They backhand one up through center. Looking for some room now. This is Marshall. She brings the puck inside the line. And there's a shot. Well, that was a shot from her own team as that puck came across ice. As the Whitecaps player is falling down, she like kind of fired a puck trying to clear, but almost put a shot right on her own net. The puck stays inside the zone. Whitecaps will try again. Along the boards. Rose holds the line. Puts it down in deep. Trying for a redirect on that far side, but the Whitecaps get there first. That's Calder. Try to headman the puck. Goes off a stick inside the Inferno zone. In behind, put the brakes on now. Is Matheson. Matheson looks up ice. Going for a skate now. Trying to find some room when she cuts in here just below us. They stay onside. Matheson's still with it. Look for a pass over front. That's going to be picked off by Wadden, who starts to break out, gives it right back to the Inferno. Spinning back for it. Look for a shot on goal. There it is. Saves made. Rebound. Picked up another shot from the short side that Tandem had to be careful with. Whitecaps going to clear it all the way out. I think he's going to make it far enough for icing. And as the whistle goes, with 5:52 remaining in the third period, icing will be the call. We'll bring it back to the Whitecaps zone. This game, everything we thought it would be as advertised. As teams going back and forth and end-to-end action. They try to get them all lined up here. And the Whitecaps going to get tossed from the draw there as a winger. A little bit too eager on that draw. They get them all switched up here now. Now they finally drop the puck. Comes to the corner. Inferno putting it back down deep. Looking to come up with it. Cormier. Backhand pass out front. Goes off the skate. There's a chance in tight. And Tandem had to be careful again. As that puck went off her pad. And a quick little one-time, but a better save. Another puck down the length of the ice, and another icing. It's going to be 5:34 remaining here now. Third period. Provincial champion going to be crowned here in a few minutes. Whitecaps in a bit of a hole here. They want to try to get back in this. They need a goal quick. And there's another chance there, and Tandem doing everything she can between the pipes. Another nice little toe save there. Inferno keep it in. Daphne had scored the fourth goal here for the Inferno. Trying to dig for it deep in the corner. Whitecaps come up with it. Watch out there to the Mr. Official. The puck was in his feet. Now the Whitecaps have it again along the boards. Trying to move it out. Does get it just outside the line, but the Inferno looking to bring it right back in as two players run into each other. Now puck's down below us. Forced to the line. Inferno move it up. Trying to get some room as they bring it inside the line, but Whitecaps clear the zone. As Fortune tries to put it in deep. Can't quite get the handle. Now on the other side, there's Daphne. Gives chase again, and she brings the puck inside the zone. It's forced to the corner. And there's the referee's arm up. And maybe a little bit too aggressive there with the stick, I believe, was the Inferno player. And we're going to get head contact. Probably going to be a high stick. It looked like we tried to go for the stick check, and it came up a little high either way. Official makes the call. Let's see if it's 2 or 4. It'll be a power play here for the Whitecaps. It's heading to the box. It's going to be number 21, Lila Daphne. And 2 minutes up, and I believe we're going to get a timeout. So timeout here for the Whitecaps. If they want to talk about what they're going to do here. I'm going to keep an eye on the goaltender as well. They may pull her, even though there's 4:28 to go here in the third period, down by 2 on the power play. You see it in the NHL all the time. And this is your final game of the season. You want to get back into this. You got to pull out all the stops. It's been a great afternoon up here in East Hants. High Button's been having a blast calling the 3 provincial championship games. U11, U13 now finishing up here with the U15. It's been great crowds. It's amazing to see all the signs all pasted along the boards for all the players for both teams. And they've been in for a treat all afternoon, and it's been a fun time. It's been great for us up here in the booth as well. Love it when the crowd's into it. We're right in the middle between the 2 stands. And sometimes you get to hear some pretty funny stuff from the fans. The Inferno had their chat. The goalie has headed back to the net for the Whitecaps, so they're not going to put the 6th attacker out. They're going to keep it with 5-on-4. We'll see if they can win the draw, see what they drew up. They drop the puck. Both teams look for it in the feet. Scramble. Both trying to find it. Still there. The Whitecaps have it for the moment. Looking to get a shot off in the Inferno with a good active stick there to knock it off. And they're able to get to it and knock all the way down the length of the ice. Back to pick it up in her own zone. Wadden moves up ahead. Pass goes off a stick. Inferno got to get there first. They put it out through the middle. They got to get back onside. Just gets onside there. You hear the groans on the Inferno side, but they pick up a loose puck. They're going to try to clear, but goes off a body. Can't get it out. Puck comes out to the front. Trying to get a stick on it. They do. Didn't get much wood on that one there as it goes wide in the short side. Now another chance. It well whiffs on the one time was Frazier, the Whitecaps captain, with a nice little pass back. Now it's back to the blue line. Calling from that far side, gonna get it. Walking in, top of the circle, fires one. A nice blocker save as she sees it all the way up. But a rebound comes right back to her, fires one and scores! As a rebound comes back to her, she makes no mistake the second time. Power play marker. We got a 4-3 hockey game. I'm pretty sure that's gonna be Craig. Sadie Craig giving the Whitecaps a chance here with 3:30 to go in the third period. As the referees having a chat on that, as they've done many times here in this hockey game. We'll see what the discussion is. Everybody's lined up at center. I don't think it has anything to do with the goal. So we'll wait for the officials here. Whitecaps looking to feed off that power play goal, making it a one-goal hockey game. Why not see some extra hockey here this evening? As it's been a great game so far, as the Whitecaps would love to tie it at least. The Inferno look to hold on. As we're going to be in for some excited that they finally point to center ice. I think both teams weren't arguing the goal too much, but the referees may have saw something else, but now they point at center. Whitecaps trying to get a little extra instruction in as they waited for the referees. Now they're up at center. The official has his arm up. 3:30 on the clock, one-goal hockey game. We drop the puck, and the Inferno almost lose it right at their own blue line. But it's put through on the far side. Inferno will try again. Look to clear, they do. It's in the skates now. They're trying to bang away at it from the penalty box, and it is knocked loose. Trying to cut in from that far side, but a good defensive play, and good job not to take a penalty as well as he forces it to the boards, and a backhand chance there. Goes back in behind the goal. Inferno have it though. Walking out, gonna go back to the blue line. Looking to wind one up and does. And doesn't quite get through. And the rebound just misses on that far side as they whacked away with a chance here. As the players are all tangled up in behind the goal. Referees letting them go here now. They chip it up through center. See if this makes it far enough for icing or not. And as the whistle goes, icing is the call. 2:43 remaining here now in the third period. So we'll bring this draw back into the Whitecap zone. And the Whitecaps fans, they're fired up. They want to see a tie hockey game. Inferno want to try to get their goal back, and there it is almost, as Tandem just gets a piece of it. It just squirts loose on the far side. Another one chance out front, gets knocked to the blue line but not out. Spinning and turning with it, that's laying right on Tandem, makes another save, rebound scooped up by the Whitecaps. They go along the boards, but it's kept in at the blue line. Another chance there. This one Tandem's gonna play. She thought she had it covered, but the puck comes loose. Play continues now in behind. The Whitecaps knock the puck loose, far side now. Looking to clear, it's Frazier. Frazier got to go for a skate herself. Makes one move, and they can't quite stay on side. As a little poke check at the blue line. And a good call here by the fan beside me. Made the same call I did, offside. As we approach the 2-minute warning here now in the third period. 2:04 remaining. Offside draw on the far side. Inferno looking for it. Whitecaps have it. They play it back to their D. Now up along the boards. They get the puck deep. We'll keep an eye on the goaltender as they have it inside the line. Give chase to the corner. Backhand pass out front. Looking for it. Walk away at it. Goalie's down. The rebound's knocked loose. Another pass out front. That goes through the top of the blue paint. Goaltender still in the net. Inferno trying to clear. They do get outside to center. Whitecaps trying to knock it right back the other way, but that's good job there. Picked off on the Inferno. They go cross ice with it. Race for it. Doffrey got to get there first. She gets forced to the corner. Whitecaps fires the blue line but kept in. As Inferno want to keep this puck deep as possible. They give chase in behind. And they come up with it. Good forecheck here now. Looking to come out front, trying to wrap around. Tandem down, covers up the post. Puck still loose. Now it's picked up with the pass out to the middle. Whitecaps at center. And a good defensive play there. They knock the puck in all the way into Tandem. She's going to play it. But a nice defensive play there by Smith on that back check. As they're under a minute to go now, 50 seconds. Inferno with the puck in the corner. They're still trying to keep that in the corner. The puck comes in behind now. Whitecaps trying to do everything they can to get this puck loose. They want to get that goalie under the net. As they come up with it now, here's Frazier. You can see the bench waving at the goaltender to get coming, but the Inferno pick it off. They chip it up. The goaltender had to be careful, and the whistle's gonna go. And I think they're gonna force the goalie back to the net. I think the player jumped before the goalie got to the bench. Either way, 23.3 up on the clock. Faceoff's going to come inside the Whitecaps zone. Whitecaps got to get this draw, and they're going to have to hustle to get down the other end. Inferno want to win the draw and just get a shot on goal. As the official chats here, the Whitecaps do get it off the boards, trying to chip it up ahead. They do. Down in behind us, trying to get through. That's going to be in the wrong side of the... As the whistle goes, it's so loud in here, nobody can hear. But icy or offside's going to be the call. 14.9 on the clock. Goalie pulled for the Whitecaps. 6-on-5 with a draw outside the zone. Inferno get it. They move it up ahead. Whitecaps have inside their own zone. They got a far way to go. They got to get up quickly. Trying to chip it up ahead. It's inside the line. Going to be well offside if they touch it. Play continues. I think he can count this one down. That'll do it. 4-3 your final. Metro East Inferno, U15AA champions. As everybody's on their feet to the right. Sticks and gloves everywhere. Hats off to the Whitecaps. No shame in their game. They fought right to the end. A great hockey game. A great day of hockey up here in East Hants. Mike Elliott here with High Button. Thank you for allowing me to call these games. They were a pleasure. I'm going to let these girls take it away. We'll keep the camera running, but we'll watch the action on the ice. Again, Mike Elliott, High Button Sports, and again, everybody from High Button Sports, I want to thank you for tuning in and for tuning in all season. And remember, you can go back on the website and subscribe to the Vault, and you have access to all the games from all season, from all levels. We'll see you right next game.